Make your way into a seated position, Virasana. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hands onto your thighs, palms facing up towards the sky as a gesture of receptivity. Being open, being receptive to all the lessons, all the wisdom we take with us from the practice today. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Let it out. With your eyes closed, connecting to your breath. Your inhales and your exhales. Noticing where do I hold maybe any kind of tension? Where am I forcing? Where am I pushing? Taking a moment to always checking in with yourself. Noticing all the things we bring with us into this practice today without any judgments, how it should be, how we would like it to be, without any expectations, how it was maybe last time, but with a sense of curiosity, being open, being receptive. Deep inhale, reaching up towards the sky with the crown of your head. Deep exhale. Softening your shoulders, softening your face. Let's do it once again. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Letting off any stress, letting off any worries, letting off any stuck energy, letting off any expectations. Gently open your eyes, bring your hands onto your thighs, palms facing towards your knees or towards your thighs. Couple of rounds of cat and cow, so we are adding some movement to the breath. Maybe you close your eyes once again, otherwise on your inhale, bring your chest through your upper arms, so creating a little bit of mobility in your spine, and as you exhale around, spreading your shoulder blades, creating a little bit more space between your shoulder blades. Yeah, exploring that upper back thoracic spine, couple of rounds like that with your breath, creating that fluidity. Inhale, and as you exhale around, adding some movements with your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to circle, bring your shoulder blades together, so this is called shoulder retraction, and as you exhale, shoulder protraction. Yeah, the opposite. With your breath, inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale. Breathing in a little bit deeper, and as you exhale, slowing down. On your inhale, find your long spine. So coming back into that seated position, place your hands onto your mat, tabletop. Shoulders over your wrists, your hips above your knees, connecting to the mat, to the earth. So we're going back into that cat and cow movement. Inhale. Exhale around. Once again, inhale. And exhale. Stay in this rounded position. This time lift your knees off the ground. Pause here for a moment. 2 more times with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lift your knees a couple of inches, holding here. Activating the center. Lower your knees onto your mat, back into cow. And as you exhale, find your long spine. Step your feet back, plank pose. Holding here for a moment, stabilizing the center, spreading your shoulder blades, finding that middle ground. Yeah, we're not protracting, we are not retracting. Activating your legs, lifting your quads, your kneecaps, your heels pressing into your imaginary wall behind you. On your next inhale, bring your chest to your upper arms. So like we just did in that cat position, opening your chest. As you exhale, spreading your shoulder blades. So going back into that shoulder protraction, navel towards the spine. Yeah, activating the center. Couple more rounds like that. Inhale, chest to your upper arms. As you exhale, spreading your shoulder blades back into that shoulder protraction, navel towards the spine, activating the center. 2 more times with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, find your long spine, tabletop position. Now come onto tops of your feet, so like we did before. Inhale, upward facing dog. It makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging. Yeah, and as you exhale, spreading your shoulder blades, navel towards the spine, hold here. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Upward facing dog. And exhale, spreading your shoulder blades, navel towards the spine. And then tuck your toes, plank position. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Let it out. Yes, so actually in the center of the trunk, where every movement comes from. Pausing here for a moment, downward facing dog. Reversing the blood flow, the circulation, which is very calming, very nourishing for the nervous system. From downward facing dog, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, slightly bending your knees. Catch your opposite upper arms behind your legs if you can, lengthening the backs of the legs. Relax your head, relax your neck, maybe shake it out. Let go of your arms, slowly, bone by bone, roll all the way up into a standing position. So closing your eyes, noticing every part of the transition, every part of that movement, and allow yourself to rise into mountain pose. Feet hip distance, or you can bring your feet together, arms alongside your body, closing your eyes. Allow yourself to connect to whatever is touching the ground, connecting to your foundation, your roots. Open your eyes. On your inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Pause here, cross your right ankle behind your left ankle. Catch your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, extend your spine, and as you exhale, stretch your right side. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Change to the other side. So cross your left ankle behind your right ankle. Catch your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, extend your spine, and as you exhale, stretch to your left. On your inhale, come all the way back to center. Separate your feet hip distance. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. Let go of your interlace. Heel to your feet to the outer edges of the mat, Malasana squat position. Toes out, heels in, reaching up towards the sky with the crown of your head. One more breath. Place your hands onto your mat, heel to your feet back into hip distance. Walk your hands to the front edge of the mat. If you're practicing with a mat, plank position, and as you exhale, lift your hips downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Right into your forehead, spreading your shoulder blades, so shoulder protraction like we did before. Extended back, three-legged dog. Once again, right into your forehead, step your foot. Lower your left knee onto your mat, untuck your toes. On your inhale, come up into low lunge position, Anjaneyasana. Bring your arms like cactus arms. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your elbows together. So like we did, shoulder protraction. And then going back into the opposite, so opening your chest. Inhale. Exhale, bring your elbows or your forearms together, spreading your shoulder blades. Let's do once again. Inhale. And exhale. With your breath. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. This time, bring your right arm underneath your left arm, eagle arms. Lifting your elbows shoulder height, pausing here for a moment. Let go of your eagle arms, reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. As you exhale, hands onto your mat. Tuck your left heels, lift your left knee off the mat. On your inhale, come up into crescent lunge position. Hook your thumbs, and as you exhale, opening your chest, so still keeping your ribs in, reaching up, resisting that hook. So opening the shoulder joints. Let go of your hook. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky, crescent lunge position. Exhale, open into warrior two. Align heel to arch, opening the right hip joint, spreading your wings. Pausing here for a moment. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, slide your left hand down. As you exhale, hands onto your mat, frame your front foot, spin on the ball of your left foot, step back, high plank, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg behind you. Left knee to your forehead, shoulders over your wrists. Extend it back, three-legged dog. Once again, left knee to your forehead. Step your foot. Lower your right knee onto your mat, untuck your toes. Reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your arms into that cactus shape. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your forearms together, spreading your shoulder blades. Inhale, back into cactus arms, opening your chest. And exhale, forearms together. One last time, inhale. And exhale. This time, bring your left arm underneath your right arm, eagle arms. Second side. Yes, so focusing on those movements of your shoulder blades. Creating a little bit of mobility in the thoracic spine, your upper back. That is very stable, but not mobile. Let go of your eagle arms. Reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, hands onto your mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge position. Hook your thumbs the opposite way. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your chest through your upper arms. A little bit more, ribs in. Let go of your hook. Inhale. As you exhale, open warrior two. Pausing here, stabilizing your visual sense, stabilizing your breath. Flip the palm, reverse. Exhale, hands onto your mat, frame your front foot, step back, high plank, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale, let it out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step afloat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, root to rise, reach your arms towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center, mountain pose. Close your eyes once again, reconnecting to your breath, reconnecting to your foundation, reconnecting to any sensations. Open your eyes, reach your arms towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana, long spine, hands onto your mat, step float. Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog position. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forwards, listen careful, jump into Malasana, squat position. We've been here before. Reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. As you exhale, hands onto your mat, float back, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. Yes, so warming up the hips a little bit more. Let's do it once again. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, lightly float into Malasana. Reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands onto your mat, float back. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Let it out. Lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Right knee to your forehead, spreading your shoulder blades, pushing the ground away. Step your foot in between your hands. Stand the ball of your left foot. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge. As you exhale, lean into your front leg, warrior three. Flex your left foot. Exhale, come back into crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Come back into warrior two. Keep reaching and lengthening. We are adding another balance. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Lift your left leg. Fluid transitions. Slowly find the ball and the heel of your left foot back into warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. Exhale, hands onto your mat. Left hand down, right arm up. Easy twist. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Right hand onto your mat. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Lift your left leg behind you. Left knee to your forehead, step your foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Stabilizing that standing leg, energizing your back leg. Exhale, find the ball of your right foot. Inhale here, and as you exhale, open warrior two, flip the front palm, reverse. Come back into warrior two, keep reaching and lengthening. Left hand down, right arm up. Fluid transition into revolved half moon. Find your warrior two again, clean transitions. Flip the front palm, reverse. Hands onto your mat, frame your front foot. Right hand down, left arm up, easy twist. Vashisthasana, side plank. Lower your left hand onto your mat, plank position. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, lightly float into Malasana. Reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. As you exhale, hands onto your mat, Bakasana, crow pose. Knees onto your upper arms, big toes touching, heels to sit bones. Float back, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Pausing here for a moment. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, rotate to your right hip open. Square your hips back towards the mat, right knee to your right elbow or your upper arm. Still pushing the ground away, so creating that shoulder protraction. Extended back, three-legged dog. Right knee to your forehead, step your foot. Inhale, come back up into crescent lunge. We are combining a couple of things. Exhale, warrior three. Pause here, open into half moon. And then slowly transition into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Come back into warrior two. We're going back into that half moon. So reversing the movement. Roll the left inner thigh towards the sky, warrior three. Yeah, it is a tricky transition. Hands onto your mat, standing split, maybe handstand. Bring your feet between your hands. Feet together, knees together, chair. Inhale. Rise all the way up to standing mountain pose. Bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto your mat. We are going back into Bakasana, so knees onto your upper arms. So now we are adding a little bit of play. So same action like we did before, shoulder protraction. Now bring your left knee towards your chest. Hold here for a moment, replace it down. Jump back, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale, let it out. Second side, lift your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, rotate your left hip open. Square your hips back towards the mat, left knee to your left elbow. Extended back, three-legged dog. Left knee to your forehead, step your foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Open into half moon, left hand down, right arm up. Find your warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. Come back into warrior two, keep reaching and lengthening back into half moon. Roll the right inner thigh towards the sky. Warrior three position. Hands onto your mat, standing split, maybe handstand. Bring your feet between your hands, so lower your feet towards the ground. Chair pose. Inhale. Rise all the way up to standing mountain pose. Bend your knees back into chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto your mat. Going back into Bakasana, second side. So now, bringing your right knee to your chest. Replace it back. Jump back. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, lightly float into Malasana. Reach your arms toward the sky. Place your hands onto your mat. So now we are playing with one-legged crow pose. We've done all the prep work. Bring your knees onto your upper arms. Rounding your upper back, gripping the mat like you're gripping T-balls. This is where your hands become your feet. Bring your left knee to your chest. Maybe extend your left leg all the way back. And replace it out. Change and play with the other side. See how it feels today. And then step float. Whenever you feel ready, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. Lower your knees onto your mat, tabletop position. Lower your forearms onto your mat or onto the ground, forearm tabletop. Going back into cat and cow, inhale, pull the mat toward you, chest through your upper arms. As you exhale around, spreading those shoulder blades. Once again, inhale and exhale. Find your long spine. Step your feet back into your forearm plank position. Come onto tops of your feet. So like we did in the very beginning. Bring your chest through your upper arms. So Sphinx position. As you exhale, around, going back into that forearm plank. Navel towards the spine. Couple more rounds like that. Inhale. Chest through your upper arms. Sphinx. Exhale, spreading your shoulder blades. Lift your hips off the ground. Navel towards the spine. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. On your inhale, come back into your Sphinx. Pause here for a moment, maybe lifting your forearms off the ground. So lifting your chest a little bit higher. Lower your forearms onto the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, forearm plank position. Walk your feet toward your elbows. Dolphin pose. Pausing here for a moment. Option one, maybe you stay here. Maybe you transition into an inversion. And coming out slowly, child's position. Knees onto the ground, extend your arms over your head. Rest for a moment. Very slowly roll all the way up into a seated position to come up onto your shins. Let's do a couple of rounds of cat and cow like we did in the very beginning. Bring your chest through your upper arms. Inhale. As you exhale around. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. So really focusing on that upper back. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, find your long spine, press your shins into the ground, coming up into camel prep. So now we're adding a back bend. Maybe you tuck your toes, lengthening the whole front side, and as you exhale, bring your chest through your upper arms, chest through your upper arms, head, neck follows the movement. Maybe you release your hands toward your ankles. Let go of your ankles, untuck your toes, bring your hips back towards your heels. Pause here for a moment. Let's do it once again. Press your shins into the mat, into the ground, lift your hips off your heels. Coming back into that camel prep. Tuck your toes, inhale, lengthening the whole front side. As you exhale, lift your chest towards the sky. Maybe you stay here, maybe you release your hands towards your heels, maybe you transition into a full back bend, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Coming out. Untuck your toes, bring your hips towards your heels and gently sway your hips from side to side. Listening. How does my spine feel? How is my lower back, my lumbar spine? How is my breath? Bring your hands onto the ground. Separate your knees a little bit wider. So we're going into frog position. Your shins are parallel if you're practicing on a mat to the outer edges of the mat. Your hips are in line with your knees. Lower your forearms onto the ground. You can place one fist on top of the other one. Rest your forehead on top of your fists. Lengthening the inner thighs. Very slowly coming out. So either you shift your weight onto your front or you shift your hips back into child's position. So you can place one hand on top of the other one, rest your forehead on top of your hands. And then interlace your hands behind your back. We're going into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Lift your chest, lift your thighs, lift your knees off the ground, roll the inner thighs towards the sky. Maybe you stay, maybe let go of your interlace, reach your ankles, down your asana, bow pose. Press your shins into your hands, let go of your ankles, hands next to your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Right knee to your right upper arm. So we've been here before. This time, we've also done that one-legged crow. So same action, spreading your shoulder blades. Maybe your left foot lifts off the ground. Replace your left foot down, extend your right leg all the way back. Right knee to your forehead, step your foot. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge. Interlace your hands behind your back, like we just did before. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, back into warrior three. Yes, so the arms behind the back, make it a little bit more interesting, and then open into half moon. Slowly find your warrior two legs. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, shift your pelvis over your front thigh, Trikonasana, triangle pose. On your inhale, come all the way back to center. Right toes in, heels out. Lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let go of your interlace. Slide your feet a little bit wider. Yes, we've done a little bit of prep with that frog position. Once again, lengthening the inner thighs. Pausing here for a moment. And then coming out, slide your feet together. Whoop, engaging those inner thighs. Hands toward your hips, long spine, rise all the way up to standing. Bring your right foot back into 12 o'clock, warrior two position. Flip the palm reverse. Exhale, hands onto your mat, frame your front foot. Left knee onto the mat. Knee above the ankle, your toes still clock. So heel to your right foot, a little bit more to the right side. We are going into lizard pose. Left hand down, right arm up, bend your left knee, bring your heel towards your sit bone. Maybe you stay, maybe you lower your left forearm onto the ground. Let go of your ankle, place your right hand onto the ground, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat, right into your right elbow, hold for a moment, extend your right leg all the way back, shake it out, step back, downward facing dog position. Lift your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Left knee to your left upper arm. So let's try on the second side. Think about bringing your right knee to your chest first. Maybe you stay here. Maybe extend. And then replace your right foot down. Extend your left leg all the way back. Left knee to your forehead. Step your foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Interlace your hands. The opposite thumb on top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, warrior three. Slowly open into half moon. Transition into warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Left toes in, heels out. Lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let go of your interlace. Place your hands onto your mat. We are going back into that split position. Yeah, maybe feeling a little bit more open, a little bit warmer. And then slowly coming out. Hands towards your hips. Halfway lift. Rise all the way up to standing. Bring your left foot back into 12 o'clock. Warrior two position. Flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, hands onto your mat. Frame your front foot. Lizard pose, second side. Take your time to set up. Knee above the ankle, toes 10 o'clock. Adding that quad stretch. And then coming out, hands onto your mat, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat, left knee to your left elbow, hold, extend it back, three-legged dog, shake it out, step back, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale, let it out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, lightly float into Malasana. So by now, I should feel quite open. Pause here for a moment. And then slowly lower all the way onto the ground. Whoop. Bring your feet together, soles of your feet touching, knees to the sides, butterfly shape. Reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. On your inhale, rise all the way back up. Extend your legs in front of you. Reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, fold over your legs. On your inhale, come all the way back up. Lift your legs into Navasana, boat pose. Exhale, lower down, low boat. Inhale, come back up, high boat. Cross your ankles, hands onto your mat, step float. Make your way back, downward facing dog position. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, rotate your right hip open, flip the dog into wild thing. Maybe you stay here, maybe transition into a full back bend. Come back into your side plank or three-legged dog. Right knee to your right elbow, place your right chin onto the ground for pigeon pose. Right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold over your front shin. Rest your forehead on top of your fists. And then come back up. We are adding a little bit of back bend. So king pigeon pose. Bend your left knee. We've done that stretch for your quads. Now we are adding that shoulder rotation. So external shoulder rotation or arm rotation. Palm facing towards the sky like you're offering something. You catch your left foot from the inner arch. Rotate your left shoulder towards the sky like we did in pincher or dolphin pose. And then adding the other arm. Your head neck follows the movement of the spine, so maybe gently releasing your head towards your foot, but not pushing, not forcing. Let go of your variations. Place your hands onto the ground. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat. Extend your right leg all the way back. Shake it out. Step back, downward facing dog position. Lift your left leg behind you. Bend your left knee, rotate your left hip open. Flip the dog into wild thing, maybe full back bend. Come back into your side plank or three-legged dog. Extend your left leg all the way back. Left knee to your left upper arm. Place your left chin onto the ground. For pigeon pose, left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, extend your spine, and as you exhale, fold away your front shin. Very slowly come all the way back up. We are adding that king pigeon variation. Bend your right knee, reach toward your right foot. So catching your right foot from the inner arch. Rotate your elbow towards the sky. Maybe adding the other arm. So see how this side feels. One side is always slightly different. Let go of your variations. Place your hands onto the ground. Tuck your right toes. Extend your left leg all the way back. Shake it out. Step back, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step, maybe float, maybe handstand to the front of the mat. Feet together, knees together, chair, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center, twist. Inhale, come back into chair, one breath. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, come back into chair. Rise all the way up to standing. Mountain pose, closing your eyes for a moment. Okay, so now we'll be going into a deeper back bend. So we've done a lot of prep work. The shoulders should be ready. Your upper back should be ready. You should feel stable in your foundation, in your center, in your core. So from here, releasing your tailbone towards the ground, we are going into that standing back bend. Same action like we did in camel pose. Bend your right knee, reach towards your right ankle. So we're going into standing back bend. Left arm out towards the sky, inhale. And as you exhale, like we did in Dhanurasana, press your shin into your hand. On your inhale, come all the way back up. Extend your right leg in front of you, reach your arms towards the sky like we did in Navasana. And exhale, lower down. Shake it out. Okay, now we're adding that shoulder rotation to that balance, which will make it a little bit more interesting. So bend your right knee, catching your right foot from the inner arch. So like we just did in King Pigeon, rotating your shoulder or rotating your elbow towards the sky. Maybe adding the other hand, lengthening your spine, and as you exhale, so your shin is pressing into your hand, like we did in Warrior 3 position. Hip bones facing towards the ground. And then slowly release. Yeah, coming out with control. So always going in and out into the pose with awareness. So not rushing, not forcing, not using momentum. Second side, bend your left knee, reach toward your left ankle. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, press your shin into your hand. Shin is pressing, your hand is pulling, counter action, and then slowly rise all the way back up. Extend your left leg in front of you, lift a little bit higher, and replace it down. Shake it out. Okay, let's try second side. Yeah, one side is always a little bit easier. So let go of any expectations. Catching your left foot from the inner arch. Rotate your left shoulder towards the sky. Finding that single pointed focus. Slowly coming out. Yeah, no rush. Okay, reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So listen careful. We are combining a couple of things. So we are going into a handstand with a back bend, which is a scorpion. So maybe you do this on your forearms, scorpion pincher, or handstand scorpion. So choosing your option. Stabilizing your handstand. And then bringing your chest through your upper arms, like we did in Sphinx position. Maybe flipping your scorpion into a back bend. And then coming out. Make your way back into mountain pose. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to feel the sense of gratitude for your body, for what it's capable of, for your commitment to show up, to be playful, to be curious, to explore what is possible for you. Allow yourself to pause here for a moment, slowing down the movements. Slowing down the breath. Open your eyes, reach your arms towards the sky, inhale. And exhale, fold. We are adding a standing twist, so bind behind your left leg. After all the back bends. Change to the other side, bind behind your right leg, relax your head, relax your neck. Let go of your binds, come onto your shins. So come back into that seated position. Palms facing up towards the sky, full circle. Allow yourself to find stillness in the end of the practice. Allow yourself to absorb all the movements, all the benefits, all the lessons, and all the wisdom about yourself, about your practice, about your physical body, about your mind. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Let it out. Letting go of maybe still any kind of tension or tightness or stuck energy. Let's do it once again. Deep inhale. Lion's breath. Stick out your tongue. Let it out. Very gently, you start to make your way back. Start noticing the sounds. Start deepening your breath. Bring your hands to your heart center. Acknowledging our effort on the mat today. Our commitment to growth. Our commitment to show up. Our commitment to be open, to be open-minded, to be receptive, to be playful, to be curious, to explore possibilities. Deep inhale. Let it out. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.